Hey, what's up? It's Raven. Another Marvel Snap video. Today, we're going to stick with the beginner's theme and we are going to talk about what you can do on day one, what your deck should look like or could look like on day one, and hopefully, try to build some sort of synergy and win some matches. So let's go into decks. I just put this deck together real quick. It was pretty much what I think I had day one. So let's go through it and how this deck would work. So first things first, you want to have as much balance in your deck as possible. Forget themes right now. There's plenty of different decks out there. There's something called a zoo deck, which is the least amount of, a total of, how do I even explain this? It's a lot of low cost cards, not so many heavy hitters, just a few, maybe one or two, but low cost cards to put a lot down and then have them be supplemented by heavy hitters at the tail end of the game. There's something called a move deck where you have a couple cards that move around and give bonuses to other cards in the game or on the field. There's something called disruptor decks where they pretty much mess with your hand. Where they add items to your hand, they take cards away from you, they take cards, they discard cards. Lot going on with that. We will talk about all these kind of decks later. There's something called a destroy deck that's pretty big now. There's decks revolved around a certain hero or villain, whatever, where they're the main focus. So, but let's just focus on what you got day one. Now, not everybody didn't have the same, didn't get the same deck. You had a couple cards to choose from. So basically right now, let's see, I had 3 1-cost cards, 2 2s, 3 3s, and then a 4, a 5, and 2 6s, or 2 5. What's Abomination? He's a 5. 2 5s and a 6. All right. You want to try to balance that out. You don't want to have. Listen, you only have one chance at putting a 6 energy card down. So you shouldn't have more than one in your deck. Just one, because and it's not even guaranteed to be placed down. There's multipliers and minuses where you can get affected, where you might not even play it, or you might not even draw it in your hand. So you can't have more than 1 6 in your hand unless you're super advanced and you have a plan. Same thing with your 5s. You can have 2 5s, but I feel like if you have 2 5s in your hand, you can only play one of them in, and you have to know, again, you have to know when to use it and how to use it. I guess the only good thing about 5s is that you have a better chance of getting it in your final hand. So if you don't get that 6, you have at least one of your 5s. I only have one. There's only one 4. It was the thing. We'll go card by card in a minute. That's a mid-game card. You might not have to play that. You can play 2 2s instead, a 3 and a 1. Again, if it comes up, it comes up. If you need it, then it's there. If you don't need it, you still always have a 5. Have a couple 3s in the hand. They each do different things. 3s are swing cards. Basically, a 3 energy card could either make or break you. So having a couple of those in your hand would be beneficial depending on how you want to play the game. Obviously, like I said, there are theme decks where these 3s are very important. You got your 2s where those are the cards that get your 1s moving. Once you get rid of the cards that don't have any abilities, because that's the number one tip. The first cards that you replace are the ones with no abilities. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Your twos get your ones going. And obviously your ones start your game. Okay, so in the majority of decks that I've played, you want to have 3 ones. If you want to have 4, that's fine, but you really have to, like I said, you have to have a plan. But you shouldn't have you shouldn't have less than 3 ones, because there's a good chance you're not drawing them on the first hand. Now, this is a card that everybody gets. Quicksilver. His ability is starts in your opening hand, so you will always have this card. I still see people use this card, but again, they have this card in their deck still because they know they can play it on the first turn, and they have some card in their deck that supplements it. I cannot stress more. Synergies in this game are so important. You can have any card in your deck, and if you have something that goes with it that helps it out, or they help each other out, it is going to win you games. Okay? So I just played a guy today who used this Quicksilver in his opening hand and had another card that ended up giving him 4 power, where he ended up as a 6. So he is useful, but again, the person I was playing obviously had a plan. But anyway, with this card, he's the last non-ability card you should get rid of. Or I guess his ability is starting in your opening hand. I think that, non-ability cards should be taken out first. But again, this is probably one of the last ones that you should take out, especially if you're starting right away. The other one right here is Misty Knight. She's a 1-cost, 2 energy card. You can easily replace her. She's probably the first one you replace. Replace her with another 1-cost card with an ability. There's plenty there. Hawkeye, perfect example. He's only a 1 energy, but if you play a card with him, he automatically a 3. I don't know, like I said, it's all random, what cards you get. But this is definitely a card that can replace Misty. Ant-Man, probably one of the most important 1-cost cards in the game. A lot of people use him. His ability is, if you have 3 other cards here, power plus 3. So basically what you want to do is you want to try to find a location that adds cards. There's locations that adds dinosaurs, rocks, squirrels, Central Park. You want to get 3 cards with him as soon as you possibly can. So again, if we want to talk about synergies, you play Ant-Man and then you play Squirrel Girl with him, because she adds a 1-power squirrel to every location. So you can play her with Ant-Man, or you can play her in another location. She'll always put a squirrel down with him. So that's just closer to getting his ability used up to give him plus 3 power. But again, Squirrel Girl's another card that you don't have day one. So you would want to play him with, either, another, like let's say you play Quicksilver first and you pull Ant-Man, you play them together, and then you try to play 2 more cards, at least get 2 more cards there with him to get his power. Okay, so those are all the 1s. Now you get the 2s here. Now I got Star-Lord. If your opponent played a card here, plus 3 power. Now here's another card. If they play a card adjacent to your Ant-Man, well, you want to play Star-Lord there. You're getting a plus 3 power. That's a 5. And then again, another card closer to using Ant-Man's ability. Let's see. All right, so Shocker, he's a 2/3. He's definitely a card that everyone gets. He has no ability, so he is definitely replaceable. If we want to look down in the twos that I have right here, probably a good card is Angela. Play her down, and anybody with her, she gives +2 power. Or if you don't have her, Medusa. You play in the middle, you get a +2 power, so that gives her a 2/4. So those are just two twos that you could probably replace Shocker with. Now here we go with the threes. Mr. Fantastic. Always play, if you're going to use him, place him in the middle. He's going to give the two ends a +2 power. He's already a 2. He's going to start off the game with 2 at every location. He's definitely a good card to use right in the beginning. As soon as you get the 3 power, put him down in the middle. He's going to give you power in, at least. He's going to give you 2 power in every location, and he's going to give you probably maybe 1, maybe 2. Well, he's going to give you 1, but definitely 1 and maybe 2, top power in a location. So you'll be holding at least 2. So definitely a good card in the beginning game. What else are we giving you? All right, so I had Captain America. If your other cards at this location have +1 power, you always want to put him with somebody, obviously. So he's 3 cost, 4 energy. As soon as you put him with someone, he's a 4. But if you play him with 2 other cards with Ant-Man, that hits Ant-Man's ability for +3, and Captain America for +1 for all the cards there. So it's giving him a plus. So he's going to be a 3/7. So, I mean, again, you're playing everybody together. You're boosting each other's, energy or power, sorry. And, you're giving yourself a nice cushion. All right, Cyclops. They did this man dirty. He was the leader of the X-Men, and they gave him no ability. He's like one of my favorite X-Men, and they gave him 0 ability. And he's a 3 energy, 4 power. I think he might have been the second card I replaced in all my decks. Disappointed, but, it is what it is. They did this man dirty, and I'm hoping somewhere in the future, if this game, lasts longer, that they give him some sort of different card, but with an ability, because this is an embarrassment. So anyway, yeah, he's a good card for 4 power, but he doesn't do anything. So I know you have him, day 1, but he's definitely a card that you should get rid of, unfortunately. All right, then there's the Thing. Thing is 4 energy, 6 power. Again, no ability, but he's 6 power. So it's definitely something that you could make or break you at the end of the game. There's nothing else to talk about because he's got no ability, but he is 6 power. Then we have Iron Man. Iron Man, his ability is your total power is doubled at this location. Now look, he has 0 power and he's worth 5. But this guy in the beginning will save you so many games. You got to remember, in the beginning, you'll be playing the same decks as you have. So most of the time, there's no weird curveballs where they're throwing you cards that do crazy things. So if you put him down with, let's say, with that +7 Captain America I was talking about, if Captain America is +7 and Ant-Man's +4, and let's say, there's a squirrel there, which is +5, and he's the last card there, you're getting over 20. So I've seen this guy, pull 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 power at a location. So definitely a card that is useful, especially day 1. Okay, and then we got Abomination. He's 5 and he's 9. No ability. Again, somebody you can replace, but replace them when you have when you get a little bit better at the game, and know it. Listen, you're not going to replace nine power, but you are going to, hopefully replace him with somebody. Let's say, so we'll go to my fives real quick. When you finish the battle pass, this blue Marvel, he's going to give every card on the board +1 power. So I know that Abomination's a 9, but he's going to give everybody on the board. So that, at every location. So he's like, maybe one of the last cards you play. And if you have a lot of cards down, you're going to get a lot of power. I mean, Gamora is going to be later in the game, but you play her at a location that the opponent played. Well, that's +5 power. You automatically have 12. Play her, so that takes over for that 9. So she's giving you 12. So there are better and there's she has an ability, so it's definitely better than Abomination. And then the last card is Hulk. Everybody gets Hulk. Everybody loves Hulk because he's a 12. He's 6 energy. He's the last card you're gonna play. He's gonna hopefully win you the game with his 12 power. I don't think there's anybody who's a 6 that's gonna give you that much power. I mean, you have Odin here. He's going to win you a lot of games too, but he's only giving you 8. America Chavez is only giving you 9. But she's pretty much Abomination, except she costs more, and you only get her on the last turn. And then there's Onslaught. He doubles your ongoing effects, and there's Spectrum, who gives any ongoing cards +2 power. So nobody's beating the Hulk, straight up with the 12 power. So anyway, there you go. There's your day one deck. I play a game, but I'm so far in the game. We'll try it. I'm so far in the game right now that I'm probably going to end up losing to a bunch of high level cards, but we'll see what we can do with the day one deck. But at least I'll try to show you how to use it. All right, so first location pops up. It is Isle of Silence. Ongoing effects here disabled. Okay, so Ant-Man has an ongoing effect. You don't want to play him here. So we're going to play Quicksilver here in the middle. Let's see what this guy's going to do. He plays Nightcrawler. Okay. So the second location will open up. It's Titan. 6 cards cost 1 less. So your 6s are going to cost 5. Okay, so I don't have anybody in my hand that I can play, so I have to skip a turn, which kind of stinks, but listen, it happens. Okay, he played a Watu, the Watcher. Once this is in your hand, you can see unrevealed locations. Oh, that's pretty cool. And he's only a 1. I like that. I want to get that card. Then it's Kunlun. When a card moves here, give it 2 power. So what he's going to do is he's going to take his Nightcrawler, he's going to move him, and then he's going to move him back to get the power. So I'll move Cyclops over here. Again, I have 2 cards on there with no abilities. Now he dropped Mr. Fantastic. He's going to give him power in the middle for his 2, and then 2 on the end, both ends. So he's winning 2 locations right now. Now I got to figure out. I have Ant-Man, but I don't think it's turn 4. I could play Thing, but if I play Ant-Man, Misty. Oh no, I don't want to play Ant-Man there. I screwed up. Now it won't let me move it. I screwed up. I wanted to play Ant-Man in the middle because ongoing effects don't work there. That's unfortunate. So we'll play Misty in the middle. This guy's probably thinking that I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Multiple Man. So what that does when he moves, so this is a move deck. So when he moves, it's going to leave a copy of his card there. So he's got 2 locations. I have turn 5 here. So my Hulk is only worth 5. So I'm going to play him here for 12. Hopefully, and he's got Claw. I don't know what Claw does. What does he do? Let's look. The location to the right has 6 power. Yeah, so we want to stay away from that. So I could play Abomination here for a 9, or I can play Iron Man there for 10, but I could play Thing there for 11. So we'll do that. I have 2 left over. So now this is when he's going to start moving around. Heimdall for 8. I don't know what that moves everybody over. So yeah, move deck. All right, so he ended up winning. So there you go. Oh, I won? How did I win? Oh, we tied, and I had more power. Okay, so I had more power than him overall. So when it comes down to a tie, it goes by who has more power. So I got the Hulk. I got the Thing out there. Those are big heavy hitters. Gives me a lot of power. Wow. So I took a day 1 deck and beat a move deck. Who this guy's probably been playing the game for a while. That's crazy. And I played Ant-Man in the wrong spot because his ongoing effects didn't work. All right, I'll collect my rewards. Thank you, sir. All right, so there you go. There is a day 1 deck. We'll go over it one more time. I'm probably going to delete this deck. So there you go. So you got Ant-Man, Misty Knight, easily replaceable. Quicksilver, replace him, but when you have a better option. Star-Lord, which I didn't even see any action. Shocker, probably replace him or Misty Knight first. Mr. Fantastic, Captain America, Cyclops, replaceable, unfortunately. The Thing, Iron Man, Abomination, and Hulk. And again, when you get better at this game, when you have a plan, or you want to try to build some specific theme deck, the Hulk and Abomination, can go. Probably Abomination first because you still want that 12 power. All right, so I'm going to delete this deck, but still. So I just beat somebody, and I made a mistake. I beat a day 1 deck. With a day 1 deck, I beat a move deck. Crazy. Real quick, before I go, if you go in, it was a new player survey. Check that out. There's the Symbiote Invasion event. Make sure you join in and make sure you claim every one of these things on the right here. Puts points towards the event. Right now, I'm on day 4. Looks like it's going to go for 7 days. I'm not exactly sure, if you start today, if you're going to be able to get to 7 days, but make sure you claim every single one of these. So a lot of people forget, and it's not really a good. Unfortunately, they should have this on the main page somewhere. Seriously, a lot of people didn't see it. Let me make sure I change my deck back to my regular deck. A lot of people didn't see it, and a lot of people missed a lot of days, and that kind of stinks. So hopefully that there is a survey I just saw right here. Player, we want to hear your feedback. Make sure one of the things that you say is the main page should have the event. Easier access. Anyway, so that's it for now. Next video, we'll talk about more specific decks. Like I said, this was just a day 1 deck, how it works. We played a game, we beat a guy that, actually knew what he was doing. I mean, I know what I'm doing too, but I did make a mistake and I still won. So, go figure. There is a lot of RNG in this game, and a lot of people do complain about that, but you know what? It's still fun, and, Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. And like I said, I made that mistake. I should have lost, but the RNG gods let me show you guys how to win with the day one deck. And there you go. So I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe. I'd like to try to do at least 3 of these videos a week. I do have other content with other games, but I will definitely, try to do 3 of these a week. So just hang out for those. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.